Kutraya Matirawaki Yataramaya Tushusuti Kenamara Ai Turunaya Matewaki Yananaha. Namaste, good morning, welcome. This is the morning soul flow glow where we hit live and just allow whatever wishes to appear. So what we're being shown here is we tend to see this world the way it is in straight lines. We want to box a day into 24 hours. We want to box an hour into 60 minutes. We want to box people into certain ideas and genders and nationalities and fit into a comfortable little box, a little identity, a little lie identity. And what we're being shown here is that, this squaring of the circle is what allows experience to be. But when we get caught up in these linear, straight line box realities, we lose the fluidity, we lose the circle, the sphere, the expanding sphere of experience that is possible. And nothing is impossible, everything is I'm possible, I am possible. But we fix into this rigid idea of man, woman, ideas of age, of height, of weight. When we fix them as the absolute reality, we totally limit the ability to expand our sphere of experience, our sphere of influence. There's no beginning or end in a sphere. There's no edge, there's no, everywhere is connected and everywhere is cycling back upon itself. But when we go into rigid, square, straight lines, angles, we get angular, we get anger, we get anchored in a fixed reality, in a reality that says this is what it is and this is what it'll always be. And to make a change, to make a shift, to make a transformation in a square-based reality, it's very sharp, it's very linear. It's like, 45-degree turns, 90-degree turns. And what is happening is this squared circle is just the sphere is the sacred structure, and the square or the box is what allows a temporary expression within that sacred structure. So the temporary expression could be this life, could be this gender, this job, this idea. But the truth is, everything is fluid, everything is expanding, everything is simultaneously inside, outside, up, down, here, there, and out. So it's not to deny the physical reality, it's not to deny the gift of these delineations that we can use in this more angular, it's easy to define the tree from the being. We see the sky and the horizon, we see the blue sky, and we see the mountain. And of course there's no straight lines in nature either. This gives us clues, but we do see delineation. It allows us to differentiate between, we can have conversations with other beings. The challenge is when we believe completely and totally that what this box reality is showing us, what this angular, anchored reality is showing us, is what is absolutely true, rather than an ever-evolving, ever-expanding sphere of experience that has no edges, that has no end, that has no sharpness to it. And it's beautiful to be able to, see differentiation. But if we believe that that's all we are, that's all we will be in our experience. We can never not be what we are, which is the all of everything, pretending to be this little something called me. Yet our experience will be, if we believe ourselves only to be that, continuous suffering, continuous searching, continuous wanting for something more, continuously desiring. And again, it's this essence within us that leads to evolution, that leads to expansion, that leads to the gift of life, that leads to openness, that leads to a becoming of what we already are. A remembering ourselves as a member of the body of God. A recognizing, a shifting from cognizance, from what is in my cognition, what is through the mind. We're recognizing ourselves as the whole, as the greater mind, as the I am that I am. And so it's this beautiful dance, it's this sacred dance from the squared circle to the sphere, from that which allows differentiation, that which allows experience, that which allows communication, that which allows us to interact, and the remembrance that it is all a play within itself. It's all an aspect of the one self pretending to be the little self, forgetting it is the grand self, and playing out the little dramas and playing out the stories and playing out the beautiful experiences that a human life and a human body on playground earth can give. So it's just a reminder today, remind thyself, know thyself, to play full out as the character, but never forget that you are the actor, the scene, the director, the architect, the editor, and all the other characters. A unified, holistic whole, a holy whole, playing this role of whatever story it is you happen to be playing out and telling now. So it's like the greatest method actors to really play your part and really fully become that part, but never be taken apart from it. Never let what is playing out in the story of your life and the story of the world as you perceive it now to fully define you as this is all that I am and there is nothing more. This is where apathy lies. This is where lack of energy lies. This is where the feeling of depletion, the feeling of wanting, the feeling of desiring more stems from. This belief that I am this little self, this little me, this little poor me, this little story. And that's the little jubilant me, the little joyful me, the little sad me, the little depressed me. It doesn't matter what the story is playing out. If it is that little me separate self, it's only one part of this magnificent tapestry of art, the heart of being, the truth of being, who I am, the I am that I am. So today the invitation is to see where you've got caught up in your own drama, where you've got caught up in your own lie identity, the little lie within the belief of separation that you tell yourself. The grand self knows. The grand self doesn't need anything from you. The truth of who you are needs nothing. And there's no punishment or reward. There's no getting it right or getting it wrong. There's just a remembering and a forgetting. There's just what works in the moment for what you're choosing to experience and what does not work for what you're choosing to experience. There is the more efficient way of being, and there are inefficient ways of being. There are ways that suck and drain our energy, and then there are more efficient ways of that energize us, that inspire us, that allow the passion of the Christ consciousness expressing itself in someone or something that has forgotten its true nature, its true source, its I amness, its beingness, forgetting itself and remembering itself, becoming what it already is, opening to that which is always open. So see where you can bring more curved lines into your life. See where it can be less angular, the box. Honor the box, love the box, play the box full out. But see what is beyond the box, what is beyond the little story. The awareness that knows your body, the awareness that has watched every year of this life, is the same awareness that'll be here when this body drops, is the same awareness was here before the body seemed to rise. It's the same awareness that's looking at you through the eyes of your lover or the eyes of your perceived enemy. The awareness that sees, that knows, does not change. But it's most easily conceptualized as a sphere with no limits, a sphere with no edges, a sphere that doesn't begin, that doesn't end. And it doesn't limit, but it does allow sacred structure. It allows the evolution of itself within itself without sharp corners, without sharp edges, without the highs and lows. You know, there's no higher or lower in a sphere. It's all one. Wherever you start on the sphere, you could say you start here, you could say you start there, you end there. You're always coming back upon yourself. Whereas you could pick a beginning, a middle, and an end in a square or box, which is the gift of life. So it's this mastery of the dance between the box reality, the square reality, the angular experiences, with the sphere of reality that has no edges, that has no end, that is only energy. And energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be shifted in its experience of itself. Where within the box can collapse, the box can make a right turn, the box can live and die in this reality. But who you are was never born, so it cannot die. Who and what you are needs nothing. Who and what you are always is all that it is. But you, through this box, through this filter that we choose to view ourselves as the story of this life, or any other life for that matter, there's the constant allure of the past lives and future lives. Have you ever noticed when people talk about their past lives, it's nearly always some really exciting or tragic or famous. I never heard anyone yet tell me they had a past life as a toilet cleaner in the time of Jesus. I've never, maybe they are there. I've never heard anyone tell me that their grand past life was something that no one has any interest in. Why do we only talk about the ones that are really like tragic or beautiful, or why is that? Just poking little fun, having a little fun within the sphere, within the circle, within this supposed box. As I look at this little box, apparently speaking to some other that may watch this or hear this or feel this and see this at some perceived other place, at potentially some perceived other time. But where is this other place? Where is this other time? Where is these other people? There is just this. There is only this. So this is a little contemplation and reminder for today. Good morning, Katrina. Welcome. Hello, sister. So this is just an invitation again to soften the edges, especially there's little jokes come in here, little poking fun. It's like soften the seriousness about your identity, about who you are, about your mission on earth, about all of the earthly dramas and all of the worldly dramas and all of the dramas that we play out in our heads. For where else do these dramas play out in our heads other than within our mind, our imagination? Are we using the magi, the magic, the mystic to imagine a life or a world of fear, of war, of torture, of torment? Or are we using the imagination, the magic of the mystic, the magic of the mystic to imagine and live and be and see and feel a world of love, of joy, of abundance, of prosperity, of freedom, of connectedness, of interconnectedness, of nature, of nurture, of knowing oneself, of the gnosis? I am that I am. How are you using your sacred imagination? How are you using the magic of the mystic? What are you envisioning? What are you playing out in your mind? What role are you playing? What script are you writing? Are you writing a story that you wish to see and feel and play? Or are you writing a story of doom, of gloom, of separation, of fear, of war? You are the architect, you are the director, you are the cast, you are the props, you are the stage. So the invitation today is to play, play, play. See where you have boxed yourself in and notice where you can soften the edges without diminishing in any way the gift that the box reality, that the physical reality, that the three dimensions of length and depth and height can give you. But see where are you being invited to soften into your sphere of influence and your sphere of potential that opens out, that opens and expands and evolves, and that is always asking, what if? It's always asking, if I could, not I can't. Asking, what if, not if, not it, this is the way it is. Asking what's possible instead of thinking this is impossible. The sphere of experience, the sphere of potential that opens into a room instead of tries to go in and protect itself or tries to protect itself from a imagined world of fear, of loss, of lack, of limitation, of war, of separation. The sphere of potential, the sphere of the love that I am, that I am. So this has been a little soul flow glow for this God morning. Thank you for being here. We're going to do some little warrior training in the forest here with my son. And until next time, from my heart to yours, the divine in me sees, loves and honors the divine in you. Namaste. We are